Some states have seen major gains in women voters since Roe v. Wade was overturned back in June. Florida has not. I have Steve Lemongello who's been looking into this. And this is interesting, Steve, as we head into the fall election, and this is expected to be one of the main points within campaigns.
Yeah, the Democrats have made it the centerpiece of their campaign. Governor candidate Charlie Crist launched the Choice's Choice tour in Orlando earlier this month, going around the state talking about how important abortion rights is, and saying that if Ron DeSantis is reelected, then there probably could be more abortion bans or more restrictions on abortion than even the 15-week ban currently.
Yeah, what are the thoughts about as far as the women voters and registration here in the state and why there hasn't been an uptick?
Sure. So, a New York Times analysis showed that a lot of other states, including Kansas, Ohio, Pennsylvania, saw big gains with the new women voters in the month after the Roe versus Wade was overturned, including an almost 16 percentage point jump in Kansas. Florida, meanwhile, only had about a 2% increase. Essentially, statistically insignificant differences between new women voters and new men voters in the month after Dobbs. Now, analysts and experts have said, there's some explanations for that. One is, Kansas, first of all, had an actual referendum about abortion on the ballot specifically, which would have led, to much more, interest in the issue. Florida also has a much older demographics than the rest of the country. Women in Florida, about 37% of Florida's female population is aged 55 and above, compared with about 31% nationally. And it's also pointed out that this also takes into account new voters. And Florida, which is a major swing state, politics is important all the time, every year in terms of important races and being a bellwether in the country. Just a lot of people may just who are politically motivated might just have already been registered, and the enthusiasm among people already registered is not taken into account by this.
Yeah, let's talk about other races where we're seeing this already playing out as far as the abortion issue, and that is in the key Senate race between Rubio and Demings, and there's some real differences in opinion on this one within this race.
Demings had already been hitting Rubio on his past statements for being against abortion, even in cases of incest and rape. And especially now, after Rubio has signed on to the controversial Lindsey Graham bill that would essentially create a national abortion ban of 15 weeks, nationwide. It would include restrictions on exceptions for incest and rape, but it would be a nationwide abortion ban of 15 weeks, which is sort of the opposite of what Graham and other Republicans had been saying after Dobbs, with them saying, well, now it goes back to the states. It's a state issue. Rubio's signing up for that, seemingly not, worried about, the attacks, by Demings on him over his, abortion, stances.